The views expressed on this podcast are that of the host and may not coincide with your own. Don't let that deter you from listening with an open mind. The UAP report will be printed in mass quantities is to avoid another pandemic shittigate. Lastly, the shit talk is explicit and your virgin mind is about to get probed. Let's get the show started, fuckers.
We are the Borg. Lower your shields and surrender your ships. We will add your biological and technological distinctiveness to our own. Your culture will adapt to service us. Resistance is futile.
This is the Tempest Universe.
Welcome to the Wednesday episode of the Tempest Universe, as you've heard about 5 times already. There you go. I had to put up my volume. I could not hear myself, which is really weird because Bugs isn't even here today. Like literally, I walked downstairs and I said, "Hey, you're not gonna make it to the podcast? Is this what it is now? You're no longer a participant." So no, he didn't come up. He stayed downstairs. So I don't know. He might be leaving the podcast. I don't know. He might be a little upset because I told him today. I said, "Bugs, you no longer will be the silent partner here. We're going to have a Bugs cam when we start recording video, and you will be part of this, and people will watch you, and we'll have a microphone on you. So there is no guessing whether or not you heard him snort, fart, or growl. You will be up close and personal with Bugs. So, and video too. You might see some of the crazy stuff he does in his sleep, which is fantastic sometimes. It blows my mind. This episode, we got some stuff to talk about as always. And I can tell you this. I finally agree with Nick Pope. I mean, it's taken a lot of years to get to the point where I can actually feel like Nick Pope and I, we're meeting eye to eye on something. So get ready for that one. We're gonna save that one for last because it's juicy, man. It is one of those that is like, finally. I'm so proud of him, really. I really am. Some news, thanks to a FOIA request that kind of shows a little bit more about what happened in this whole UAP report nonsense. It is funny. How could they be releasing FOIA on what happened in relation to this so soon? It's just wild. It's really weird. And people would spend years waiting for a FOIA request to come through from the government. And, now it's like they're just giving the shit up. They're like not even charging. This is nuts. They're just giving all the information away. So finally, we actually do have a Freedom of Information request that are being administered to in a timely fashion. So who knows? We also got an article with someone that wrote a letter to an editor regarding the UAP report. What the fuck is the editor going to do for you? I'll save that for the article, to be honest. But as I was saying in the last episode, we are returning to YouTube here shortly. This weekend there won't be a Dark Horde episode, only because I will be out of the city, not even in civilization, to be honest. Like, there will be no internet. I'll be in the woods with the bears and Bigfoot. But on Monday there will be an episode of the Tempest Universe. But hopefully, I'm thinking that between Thursday and Friday, I might be able to drop a little video, not a full episode, but a little video on YouTube's regarding the shit that I find on the interwebs regarding UFOs as of late. So it should be fun. Now, will it be technically savvy? Hell no. I haven't done videos. Gosh, I would say it's almost getting to be a year now. since the last video. So we're going to get back to it. We'll see what happens. Other than that, should be smooth sailing, as I usually do. We're going to play you a track, and we'll see where we end up tonight.
Time can never be your trusted friend or your sworn ally. No, it's the harshest mistress of all. And life is just a chain of moments spent, 1,000 hellos and goodbyes. Maybe a love like ours can lead out its call. Tides never sleeps. But if I had a boat and oceans to cross, then I would sail them. Since I have this promise to keep.
Hey, listen, today Jeremy Corbell posted a video on YouTube, and it's all over the place now. You know, it's making its rounds already. But it was with Commander Underwood, who at the time of the Tic Tac incident, he was Lieutenant Commander Underwood, I believe. And he was in one of those, fancy planes like Lieutenant Commander Fravor. The interview is basically about what his experience was and some stuff that, of course, wasn't reported. Some weird things that were reported that he was never asked about. And his perspective on the Tic Tac incident. Again, I could say this like a million times. That is the incident that everyone should look at before turning away from the topic and thinking it's all about little green men. Because it's not. They may be red or purple, I don't know. But the interview is great because he tells you a lot of insight as to what happened and, what he was going through, what he used actually to record some video that he had, which unfortunately, according to him, because it has a lot of top secret information on it, it won't really make the light of day anytime soon. But he goes into what's in the video and why it's not going to be released. But in addition to that, his perspective on what it is that they experienced. You got to see it. I'm not even going to say what he says, but you've got to see it. Just look up Jeremy Corbell. He still starts the video, just like that Bob Lazar documentary where he's like walking in the sand. Really weird like. But anyway, it is what it is. So check it out. It's on YouTube if you want to see it. I was going to kind of cover it some, but it speaks for itself. We don't really need to dive into that at all, to be honest. But let's get started. If you guys recall, we had an article maybe like a month or so before the UAP report came out. And the article was about the head of NASA, being really free and open, he was fresh out of the UFO closet. And he was really free about mentioning that he let the staff at NASA know that it's okay to kind of veer off a little bit and research UFOs. Like he gave him the go-ahead and then went ahead and stated it publicly. Yeah, you guys can go ahead and check out UFOs. I don't mind. Go ahead. You do it. And at that point, it was kind of shocking, right? Because, the one organization that really stays away from ET and aliens and stuff like that, it's NASA. The one organization that people contribute their taxes to and government funds to explore space and find fucking aliens is the one that says they won't do it. They won't talk about it. I'm just saying. Because why else would we be going into space if it isn't for the fact that there is a high probability that eventually they will hit pay dirt, especially much faster than SETI that's sitting around just listening. But let's put that aside for a second. Because the Black Vault submitted a Freedom of Information Act request that for some fucking reason, somehow, they hit pay dirt on the information they got. And what they uncovered in this Freedom of Information Act, or FOIA, is that the UAP task force actually met with NASA. They met with them and had a briefing in a secure setting. So this wasn't really open to everyone at NASA. This was found through some emails that were released. And as a matter of fact, if you want the FOIA request number, go ahead and write this down. Go ahead, pause the podcast, get your pen. If you're on the shitter right now, get your pencil out. The FOIA case number is 21-HQ-F 00507. There were emails that were requested that were received by Zurbakin or Zubukin or Zuburchin. I don't know how the fuck you pronounce his name. Just know that that's his name. But they revealed there was a lot of things in his emails, right? Because he's getting me emails from everyone. And so back on September 13th of last year, it turns out that at the time, the acting associate administrator of the Office of International Interagency Relations, like what kind of fucking title is that? Can you get a shorter one? Really? His name was Mike Gold. And he was sending a weekly update email to a bunch of people. And it included Zubukin. That's like my fifth or fourth version of his name. In that email was also NASA Administrator Jim Bernstein. I'm just going to leave that name the way it is. And there was an update in there that featured Mike Gold speaking about the upcoming briefing to the UAP task force back in September. Like literally, only a few months after they announced that this report was coming. It took a whole damn, what? It took another 9 months before they actually put it out anyway. Now people are speculating. What is it exactly that was covered in this secret briefing? Some people are saying that maybe it's possible that the UAP task force was looking for access to data from the International Space Station. Maybe even from satellites that are being used by NASA to observe the Earth. Which really, if you really think about it, that's fascinating data. Because as we know, NASA is involved in not just space, but also atmospheric concerns. And if you got something coming in from space, and you know when, date, time of an incident, as we know with things like the Tic Tac Go Fast and the gimbal videos, that you most certainly can pick up data for that specific time frame from NASA's satellites, especially if they're monitoring the planet. But again, this is what people are thinking, that that's what's going on. So initially, our friend from the Department of Defense, Susie Van Gogh, the public relations lady, she said that basically just put this out there, but NASA is an organization with broad scientific responsibilities, including atmospheric research, etc. Such information is vital and fully understanding the environment in which Navy aviators operate and the conditions they may have been present during any particular observation. For fuck's sake, she just told us everything. I don't understand why people are wondering about what the hell is going on. She literally just answered what the hell they were looking for. And it makes perfect sense. Susie Van Gogh doesn't keep no fucking secrets. That's for sure. Listen. The issue is that there are people who are still trying to say that, UFOs are more atmospheric, more a natural phenomena than there are folks from 4.2 far. And then there are other folks that believe that such incursions into our atmosphere have to be recorded somewhere. Someone must see it. Big Brother has to know that this is happening. So why not look for data from the folks that watch the planet? From every angle possible. There is a definite fantastic idea here, and hopefully that's what happened. Will we ever see those videos? Hell no. Will we ever know what they concluded? Forget about it. But the thing is when you look at the situation as a whole, when you look at the fact that, we are so focused on the unintelligent committee, but the fact that when you put together NASA's ability to provide data when it comes to the UFO phenomena, or UAP, depending on what side of the fence you're on, again, there is no way that the government does not know. It is so impossible for human beings, not just one or two, a whole flotilla of men and women who serve the Navy and the Air Force, to see a phenomena and no one in the damn country, in the Intelligence Committee or in the Armed Forces, Department of Defense, the Pentagon, not know that this shit's going on. So the UAP task force, part of the Department of Defense, was out there looking for data. Maybe even removing data. That could also be happening. They could be getting rid of the evidence. Like they're the Gambinos. Very possible. But we don't know. What I do know is that the Black Vote, they've become really good at getting information and to come across these emails to, again, shed more light into what was happening from the initial days and months where this UAP report was supposed to take shape to where we are now. Because, of course, things dealing or any data that might have been recovered from NASA was never really mentioned in the UAP report. None of it. But again, we're the public. We don't need to know. We just have to pay our taxes and die. That is the blue collar way. But hopefully, as these FOIA requests continue to come through, we'll get some more answers. We'll get some more insight. And, it's up to us to really piece all these loose ends together, because they're not going to give us any straight answers. And if there are congressional hearings in September, I guarantee you, some of those would be behind closed doors. Some of those will not be public because of national security, though apparently nobody knows what the hell to protect anymore. Because these things are acting like they run the place. Like they're gods among mortals. Gods among ants. And they give no fucks about what our take is on what they are. Check out the article. There's more to this FOIA request and some other things of interest that was found. But we're getting closer, folks. Really close.
You're the opposite of me, like sun and rain, and drama on the TV is full of pain. But we're the good part, the happy ending, unexpected plot twist where you always save me. We're the good part, we never fake it, even if it hurts, we always say it.
This article, we talk about the age-old madness when it comes to UFOs, life intelligence somewhere else, the idea that religious people will lose their shit. The article is actually from the Pew Research folks, and it's titled, Religious Americans Less Likely to Believe Intelligent Life Exists on Other Planets. Well, sucks for them. Like, who gives a fuck, to be honest? But I guess a lot of people do because, early on, through the history of UFOs, government knowledge, and whether or not to release the knowledge, is the idea at the core that people were not ready for it because they would question so many things, including their own religion, and it would drive them absolutely bonkers. They would lose their ever-loving minds. To me, unfortunately for me, I see it a little different. I think that religious fanaticism, those guys, the religious fanatics, the orthodox folks, those are the ones that are going to lose their fucking mind. They're the ones who will go apeshit and are the ones that are going to be dangerous to people when the time comes. It would be completely bananas for any one of them to believe that the time is not going to happen, that we're not going to find intelligent life somewhere else. It might take a few freaking 40, 50, 60, 70, 100 years, but still, there will still be fanaticism when it comes to religion in about 100 years. I guarantee you that much. So the Pew folks decided, hey, let's throw out this survey. It's a whole UAP thing going on. People everywhere are talking about UFOs and shit. Those are the Southern Pew folks that actually put that together. And they said, listen, we're going to ask these people about this. We're going to ask them, and these are all Americans, by the way. I don't have any data about how many people that actually got to, call and ask them the question, but they asked basically, what is their best guess that intelligent life exists on other planets? Now, keep in mind, there is a bent on this that has to do with religion. So we're going to start with the Protestant. If you're Protestant, you actually do believe, 51% are Protestants that were polled, and I'm not talking about the probing way, said, yeah, there's a possibility that there could be intelligent life somewhere else. That's positive, right? I like that. Evangelicals, and I gotta just preface this, but to actually kind of pull the race card on here. Evangelicals, 40% believe that there is intelligent life somewhere else. Non-white evangelicals, 65% believe there is life somewhere else. So the evangelicals, y'all got some problems there? Y'all need to come together and figure this shit out. Because it's a 25% difference. That's huge. You need to get that together. Agnostic folks, 85% believe there is life somewhere else. For fuck's sake. Sounds like they're going to be having a few issues with people looking for, asteroids going by and taking a trip with them. I'm just saying. Atheists, 85% as well. So there you go. They're tied. People who are unaffiliated to any kind of religion. Because, a lot of people say atheism is a religion. Those who are unaffiliated, 80% say it is possible that there is intelligent life somewhere else. Catholics. This was kind of strange to me, but Catholics, 67% that were polled, and not in a probing way, believe that there is intelligent life somewhere else. And I believe some of them added, they're just not on this fucking planet, right? Catholics, really? Come on. Now, out of all these people that were polled, right, here's another fascinating thing. of these people that were polled, they were asked, how often do you attend religious services? Either weekly or more often 44% do. See? Those are not fanatics. They're not fanatics at all. These people give no fucks. They don't want to go into a house of worship. I mean, they picked the right crew. Monthly or yearly, 66%. Seldom or never, 75%. So there you go. And actually, I believe, now the question is, for those who attend religious services monthly or yearly, 66% of them believe that, yeah, there is life somewhere else. Those who were weekly or more often, 44%, believe there's life somewhere else. And the guys that freaking barely go anywhere, especially not to a religious event, 75% believe ET's out there and they're smart as hell. It just brings to mind that for those who are, like I said, really fanatics about religion, orthodox, or what have you, there is no room for intelligent life outside of their belief in God. But can you really be surprised by that? I don't think I am. I think this is more than just expected. But for any government to try to withhold information just because of people like this, it's BS. Complete nonsense. Eventually, folks like that, they'll figure that shit out one way or another. They'll get it right. Folks who believe that religion is very important, 49% believe there is life elsewhere. Somewhat important, 70% believe there is life somewhere else. And not too important, they really don't put too much mind to religion. 78% believe life exists in an intelligent fashion somewhere else. But the numbers continue. I mean, there is a correlation here that you can't even play with. And it may be the reason why, early on, the rumor is, the unconfirmed, is that the government said, no, people are too religious. We can't really fuck with their minds like this. It will ruin their society. Those that pray daily, 54% believe there's intelligent life somewhere else. Those that pray weekly, 64%. In other words, the less you pray, the more you believe. People that pray a few times a month, 72% believe that ET is somewhere reading up on us and probing us on a daily here on the planet. It's just crazy. The correlation here with religion. It's just nuts. When do you break the circle? When do you just say, fuck it? I understand they have a belief, but humanity must know the truth. They must know that the Tic Tac was driven by Mork for Mork. I'm just saying. Someone has got to make the call eventually. Now, we still have the theory, of course, that says that we are on a steady but slow walk, not even a walk, slow crawl towards disclosure from the government source. And, it's still possible. It's possible that's happening, but it's too slow for me. And probably too slow for a lot of you, especially those that are experiencers. We want the answers now. So you guys, you just have to pray about it. I know from the Pew poll that it's against your religion to pray because you believe in ET. But maybe that's what we need to do. Instead of trying to get the fanatics of religion to pray about it, let all the UFO fanatics pray about it. Because ufology is a religion. Okay, y'all just are not praying enough, goddammit. You need to get down there, get on your hands and knees, and pray for disclosure of one of your commandments. I don't know. That's one of the commandments for ufology. Pray for disclosure. Thou must not covet your neighbor's probe. We can go all night, but it is what it is. The Pew poll, the link is in the description. Check it out. A little bit more data for you to sink your teeth into. It's probably a one-shitter article, so you won't stress your brain too much. But the information is valuable because you see how people who are into their religions what they really think about the universe. Food for thought.
I got this weight on my shoulders, slowing me down. I don't know how it came about. And while the world is spinning faster every night, I feel I'm stuck in reverse somehow. But it ain't no one's fault that I am stuck here. No one to blame this on, feeling so hopeless. I keep on pouring salt on my wounds when I shouldn't stay. I feel the pressure on me, how it's itching under my own skin. It's getting real hard to breathe. I gotta move on right now. I feel the pressure. A force of habit to point at another mistake, but two wrongs don't make one right. I gotta pull it together before it's too late. An hourglass in my mind, a light. I know it's all my fault that I am stuck here. No one to blame this on, feeling so hopeless. I gotta find the way before it disappears. I cannot stay. I feel the pressure on me, how it's itching under my own skin. It's getting real hard to breathe. I gotta move on right now. I feel the pressure. Ooh, when did I get so blind? I didn't see this coming. Ooh, I should have heard faith calling, trying to pull me out. But how do I get out? Yeah, how do I get out? I feel the pressure on me, how it's itching under my own skin. It's getting real hard to breathe. I gotta move on right now. I feel the pressure.
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger.
This next one, it's a real short article. It's not nothing to shake a stick at, as my biology professor used to say at college. Nothing to shake a stick at, basically. A letter to the editor is the government hiding the truth about UFOs. For fuck's sake. This is where we're at right now. This is where we're at. We're like, we can't find no answers. So we're going to write the editor of a local publication. For what reason, no one fucking knows. The gentleman's name, by the way, if you're listening, thanks, William. It's William from Chesapeake, Ohio. And I guess he was like really perplexed and angry and bitter of this UAP report that he's like, for fuck's sake, I'm going to contact the editor and I'm going to say my piece. I don't know if he expected an answer. He did get 2 replies, though, by the way. Oh, William, thank you for your effort. But you're writing the wrong fucking people, William. Write your government. Stripped down naked. Streaked down by the White House if you need to. Biden's not going to see you. So it's okay. You'll get through it. Head down to Congress and just go streaking. Paint a big alien on your belly and a probe on your back and just go to town. You will probably get more answers that way than writing your local editor because they give no fucks at all whatsoever. He titled his letter, Alone in the Universe. This is like what's these letters from back in the day, Dear Abby? Except this one is 4.2 far fucked. He starts his letter by saying, hey, the U.S. recently released a report on UFOs. But I feel, as usual, they're hiding things from me. Like, I feel like he's crying at this point. He's sitting on the shitter. He's got his pen and paper. He's shaking or whatever. Tears are falling down his face. He says, for the last 2 years, jet pilots have reported seeing objects on their radar. These objects seemingly, like he doesn't believe, outsped our jets and had technology not of this world. These UFOs have been seen over Russia, China, and elsewhere. I don't really know that China and Russia ever said that they saw these same UFOs. William, what the fuck is going on? What's your deal? What is your deal? But he goes on. He says a report in these UFOs that in 2019 they started out an all-out effort to try to explain these last several years of UFO sightings. And he's like pointing his finger right now at his tablet. 144 recorded, 143 a mystery. I get you, William. That is like some badass numbers. Like these are really lopsided, you know. But you're only as good as your technology. And if your technology can only identify a fucking helium balloon, then that's the numbers you should expect. I digress. I'm speaking for William. Sorry, William. I apologize. This is your moment. He basically says the 143 UFOs are real. Nobody said any were fake, not even the one balloon. There's a problem in a lot of these people. When they read the report, they really get the worst translations possible. So yes, for the record, UFOs are real. We just don't know what the hell they are. He says they're real. They're not ours, and they are not from Russia, China, or elsewhere globally. Well, I don't think anybody ever said that. They are using unknown technology. A lot of people have said that. He continues to say the United States considers these UFOs a threat to our national security. Could it be, as reported back in the 1950s, that the U.S. military in New Mexico recovered several alien spacecraft and bodies? William's he's like, I can see him on the shitter right now. He's rabid, man. He's like losing his shit. Literally. He's going back in time. Back into the archives of UFOs. Trying to get this letter to this editor at the Herald Dispatch. To console him, I guess. I don't even know. The funny thing is, I don't even know why they printed this, but they did. He continues to point fingers, saying that the scientists that work for the government recovered and used these aircraft to advance our technology, thanks to Area 51. And then he says, could it be that we are not alone in the universe? Sometimes people should just go into the shitter to take care of 1 and 2 and not write editors of shitty little local papers. I'm just saying, maybe that's not the way to do it. But one guy, Arthur's like on it. Arthur decided, I'm going to write to William It just help him realize a few things. He says, let's say, for argument's sake, these green men and futuristic spacecraft are real. What now? Exactly, what now? What the fuck do you do? What happens when you get the answer? Really, that's a question for all of us. What happens when you get the answer that these are really from 4.24? Something to think about. Arthur says, do we go from the hunter to the hunted? Our government protected us even from our own good. This tends to be a good thing until all hell breaks loose. So let's follow the Boy Scouts. Be prepared. I got my goal 0 for solar power. I got my dehydrated food for a month. Got my filter water kit. Got my weapon of choice. Now pray for the best. Arthur said, go full survival mode, man. Get yourself a bunker ready. Sounds like Arthur already believes. He probably believes a lot of other crazy shit, to be honest. A lot of conspiracies, but he's ready. Completely ready. So I don't know. I didn't see any of the comments for William, because I feel like he's in pain. Like we need to reach out to him and let him know. Let him know that it's okay to believe that unidentified flying objects are real things. They're there. It's not all in your head. You didn't forget a few pills last week, and now it's coming back at you. Now you're feeling the lack of medicinal intervention in your neurons. It's a UFO you saw, for fuck's sake. It was. But you're not going to solve this today, William, out of Chesapeake, Ohio. No, you're not. But I want you to listen a little longer, because the next article is going to kind of tell you a little bit of what Arthur is thinking. The next article is going to give you the good, the bad, and the ugly, thanks to our buddy Nick Popette. But stay tuned.
Messing around, calling all you freaks and nerds. You're just missing what you want. My brother's going down the drain. My sister's living the dream. But everybody's singing along. It's okay, we'll all soon be gone. We never really settled the score. Half the town screaming out in vain, the other half is fake. But everybody's singing along. It's okay, we'll all soon be gone. Hey, what's the matter with the bright red lights? Hey, in the moment when the world went blind. But everything's alright. We don't give a damn this time. Yeah! Everyone's a hypocrite.
fucking scream at me?
Where's
you
the
dumb
money?
fuck you. Look at you with your fucking 48% body fat.
Alien planets will crack. Alien planets. See? That's why I should have waited for this thing to finish. Alien invaders will crack this planet open like a nut, warns UFO expert. That UFO expert is no one other than Nick Pope. You remember Nick Pope? He was like, back in the day when we barely had color television. And he was part of the Ministry of Defense, investigating UFO sightings and shit like that. And they stuck him at the main building, 23 floors down in a broom closet. And that's where he stayed, doing his research, going over data and reports. At the end of all of that, he became a staple of the UFO circles because he says, there ain't no real evidence of that. He says the Ministry of Defense out in the UK had no real good evidence of there being UFOs anywhere. This really, I don't know. It bothers me on so many levels. It really does. But somehow, apparently some of the MOD folks of today have pissed off Nick Popette. He's mad as hell. He's like, no, you guys are stupid. Stupid you are. The article coming from the Metro UK actually talks about the fact that the UAP report says this: UAPs clearly pose a safety of flight issue. They might pose a challenge to U.S. national security. If you expand that to every other country on this planet, it would apply to everyone, even the UK. Right? I mean, wouldn't you think so? But Nick says, listen, let's be honest about this. If you got aliens coming from, 4, 5, 8, 12, 150 billion light years away, chances are they're no one to be fucked with. They literally will give no fucks about us and our shitty technology. The UK government stated, after this report went out, that they have zero, zilch, nada, not a single inclination about launching its own investigations into UFOs. And let me just add to that, and the threat that these UFOs can pose to its citizens. So Nick Pope, he lost his shit. By the way, my favorite pictures of Nick Pope is when he has the poofy hair. Like when he brushes it down or gets a haircut, that's the evil Nick Pope. The poofy hair, Nick Pope, he's the guy for us. He's the guy who's talking about this right now, I guarantee you. He's like not shaved, no fucking haircuts. It's like poofy. I'm telling you, he's a UFO guy for me. He says, listen, that's a dumbass idea. You guys are stupid. Yeah, well, he lives in the U.S. now, so he's picking up all the different accents. You guys are stupid. He says, just put this into context, just for a moment. Just for a moment, the universe is nearly 14 billion years old. There could be civilizations out there with at least a billion-year head start on us. That means they're way more damn advanced in technology and things that would blow our mind probably, kind of like these UFOs, these UAPs. If you put it in human perspective, Nick Pope says, here's the comparison. A few hundred years ago, we were riding around on a horse. Then we decided to stick a cart on the horse's ass. Later on, we got engines, we got combustion, we got nuclear devices. We're even looking for the damn God particle. Well, we found it. But there are civilizations out there that could be a whole nother billion years ahead of us. So imagine if we did this in the 200 to 300 year span, where could another civilization that's alien be at this point? Nick's not fucking around. He's letting them know. He says the chances that we will encounter a civilization and it will be 20 to 30 years ahead of us in scientific understanding and technological advances is not going to be the situation. There will be a way more advanced, maybe 1 million years advanced, maybe 1 billion years advanced. And their technology may seem magical to us. Like this Nick Pope, poofy hair Nick Pope is not playing around. I'm telling you, I don't even think he brushes his teeth. He says people will take that and say, oh, we got a space program. We got space probes and all that kind of stuff. We're not that behind. He's like, yeah, we're doing that, but you take that and you add 1 billion years of technology, you ain't doing shit. You do nothing. He goes on to talk about our fastest probes, built by modern man, would take about 75,000 years to make it to the nearest star. He says we're outclassed, we're outnumbered, we don't know dick. And if we were to just sit around and just ignore what's happening, it's ridiculous. If interstellar travelers decided they were fed up with our, hairless apes on the planet and their hubris, they will crack our planet open like a nut. If they so felt like it. Like, this is not, I don't know which Nick Pope this is. This is like the dark Nick Pope. Like, I don't even think he was on a shitter when he did this. He was in a dark place. Maybe at a bar or something. But he was mad as hell. It turns out that the Baroness Annabelle Goldie recently told the House of Lords that the MOD doesn't hold information on UAPs. Like, literally, they're just straight up saying, we don't give a fuck. We don't care. Whatever. It says that the MOD constantly monitors the UK aerospace to identify and respond to any credible threat to its integrity and is confident in the existing measures in place to protect it. So why the fuck are we having so many UFO reports from the UK? What are they monitoring? Again, another unintelligent committee. And this time is an entire unintelligent situation in the MOD. How can you have your citizens reporting UFOs, reporting sightings, reporting experiences, and you seriously believe that there's nothing going on in the UK, that the MOD has it all sewed down? No. Ridiculous. By the way, the Baroness is 71 years old. She was born in Glasgow, United Kingdom. Of course, she's a member of the House of Lords and part of the Conservative Party. This is one thing you shouldn't be conservative about. This is some real shit. But at 72 years old, everything she looks at is a UAP, so she just probably just ignores all of it because of age. She continued to say that the MOD has no plans to conduct its own UAP report because in over 50 years, no such reporting had indicated the existence of any military threat to the United Kingdom. That's Nick Pope's fault. That's probably why he's mad. Because he's the one who was running those damn reports. It's your fault, Nick. That's why you're evil now. That's why you're the evil Popette. There's more to this article, but again, listen. It would be quite strange for one of the biggest allies of the United States to sit around and hear a report stating that it is more than likely another superpower like Russia or China or somebody else in, 4th and 5th place. To have technology that could run circles around our military, and I'm hard-pressed to believe that the UK is that dense. Because if these things are from an adversary of the country that's terrestrial, why the fuck not would they not be doing the same thing to the UK? Why would they only come to the United States? It makes no damn sense. What are those guys smoking? What's in the tea and crumpets? That's what I want to know. There's a little bit more about this this revolt by Nick Pope. I like this Nick Pope. Like I said, I get it. I get him now. He's probably got tattoos now since he's been his last few years in the United States. He's got tattoos. Who knows what the hell else he's doing? Smoking weed. Drinking gin and juice. Who knows? But this puffy hair Nick Pope is my kind of guy. That's the end of the articles for today. Hopefully I'll get some together tomorrow for YouTube or Friday. And we'll check you again on Monday unless something wild happens. And I am caught in the middle of the woods by E.T. and the Popettes. But if that happens, you know what I say. I mean, you guys already know. This is really how I feel about it.
Finally, you will be free to live a life you love living instead of the life you think other people want you to live. Remember, you are the highest authority when it comes to knowing what you want and what you love. So stop trading yourself for the approval from others. Ladies and gentlemen, weirdos and geeks, please repeat after me. I don't give a fuck.
fucking scream at me?
Where's
you
the
dumb
money?
fuck you? Look at you with your fucking 48% body fat.